Hi everyone, it's Collector Sounds back with another video showcasing some items from my collection of vintage toys mostly, and also other items. This video is going to show you my Strawberry Shortcake collection of dolls from the original 1980s line. The first doll we're going to show is obviously Strawberry Shortcake herself. Now, Strawberry Shortcake was initially designed as a greeting card character for the American Greetings Company. The initial designs, illustrations of Strawberry, she had yarn hair, so she was kind of ragdoll inspired, and you can still see the ragdoll inspiration in her dress, where there are these kind of screen printed on patches on her dress. So she kind of has a patchy homespun feel. She is also known, of course, for her big puffy hat, her red hair. She's got blue eyes and freckles. PVC vinyl, PVC doll from back in the day. Subject, of course, to vinyl deterioration syndrome, but we won't talk about that tonight. It's not fun. Anyway, so Strawberry has her little dress that ties with a yellow ribbon in the back. Has little lace, kind of well, not lace, but a scallop detail. All the dolls from the original Strawberry Shortcake line have these same green and white striped tights, and she's got her brown sensible shoes and this strawberry embroidered strawberry on her hat. Now, I do want to mention that the first Strawberry Shortcake dolls came out in 1979, and at that point they had what are called in the collecting community flat hands. These are not flat, these are curved hands. They changed the design of the hands, presumably so that Strawberry could hold accessories and playset items. And in the first issue there were only a couple of dolls made, a couple of characters, Strawberry being one of them. But then in the second issue the line was expanded. Another addition for the second issue of the dolls was pets. So every doll came with a specific pet, and Strawberry Shortcake's is Custard the cat. You can see there, squishable vinyl, and Custard. I always really like the design of this cat, so sweet, and I love the pink with white polka dots. So great. So here we have Strawberry. I think just a really great example of toy design, and very iconic design that I think really holds up to this day and just looks great. The next doll is another staple of the Strawberry Shortcake line, and that is Orange Blossom. She is found in all iterations from this point of a Strawberry Shortcake cake, and of course continuing on to today. You can still get Orange Blossom at the store. She, in the 1980s, had short curly black hair. And that's another thing that I really appreciate about these dolls, is that there's a variety of hair textures and styles. Most dolls today that are manufactured, either current Strawberry Shortcake or other doll lines like your Barbies or even your Monster High, etc. Although Monster High does have some curly hair dolls, and those are the ones that I tend to buy if I do buy any Monster High dolls. most dolls today have long, brushable, straight hair, and that's fine to have some dolls with that. But I think it's really important to represent other hair types and obviously skin tones as well. So Orange Blossom is one of my favorites. This dress, sorry Orange, I'm kind of flashing. This outfit is not the best one that they made for Orange Blossom. My favorite is actually in another toy, in another line of Strawberry Shortcake Dolls, the Party Pleasers, which I'm not going to show you in this video, but I will in a later video. But this, so this outfit, I'm not that keen on it, but I still love orange. Her pet is Marmalade Butterfly. Extremely cute. Oh, and you can see the kind of polka dot motif. There's a pattern dot motif in the fabric on Orange's clothing as well. And I think it's that kind of detail as well as this lace that really makes these dolls so collectible and lovely. So this is Orange Blossom. What next? Here is an example of a doll that I have who is not to my satisfaction complete. This is Blueberry Muffin, and the reason I say she's not complete, even though you might think, oh well, she has shoes, tights, dress, hat, she's not complete to my mind because, well, I haven't gotten a replacement ribbon for this hat to go through these holes and to tie around her neck, but also because there was a little embroidered blueberries decoration that came on these hats, and you know, naturally, when you're a kid, that's pretty tempting to pick. So if something's glued on, it's tempting to pick it off. So that has happened to a lot of Blueberry Muffin hats. So I'm still in need of a more minty Blueberry Muffin bucket hat so that she can have all of her fashion glory. Blueberry's dress is not one of my favorites. It's a little too plain. I mean, I do like this checkerboard blue, but I wish that there was some sort of embellishment on the front of the dress. Just my opinion. If I were to go back in time and tell the doll designers at Kenner, I think that's what I would tell them. Because, you know, if I were time traveling, I would absolutely be discussing toy lines. No. I don't know what I would do if I time traveled, but yeah, I would probably look at lottery numbers. Not gonna lie. Sports. Also, even though I don't like sports, I would check out different games for possible betting. Not that I gamble. Okay, I'm gonna stop digging myself out of that hole with another favorite. Here we have Lemon Meringue with her incredible curly hair. Now, Lemon Meringue was my favorite growing up because I too have yellow curly hair. Well, you would call it blonde, I call it yellow. So she was the doll who looked most like me, and therefore I had a special affection for her. She's got her yellow shoes, a yellow polka dot dress with kind of the yoke. If anyone was a girl in the 80s, you probably wore a dress that looked a lot like this, if not a hat. Now this Strawberry doll is great because her hat is still factory attached and her curls are factory curls, meaning that they're still the original ones from when she was taken out of the box many years ago. That said, if you do have a Strawberry Shortcake, if you do have a Lemon Meringue doll, it's easy enough to recurl the hair using a boil perm method. So if you want to curl doll's hair, just Google boil perm and you'll learn how to do it very easily. Now, the pet of lemon meringue is Frappe Frog. And it took me a very long time to get this frog. I don't know why this frog is so scarce. There are many other pets that are much more common that you'll find in collectors' communities and on Etsy and on eBay, but this frog, man, I tell you, well, you could always find anything you want if you're willing to pay for it, if you're willing to pay through the nose, as it were, and I am not. Now, Frappe Frog is very jazzy with these stripes, and these two are a cute duo. So that's lemon meringue. Next up, raspberry tart, and her monkey, whose name is Marzipan. Why am I having trouble remembering this monkey's name? Maybe it's Marzipan? Anyway, raspberry tart she has her little embroidered raspberry on top of her hat, little leaf, pink curly hair, and kind of a onesie jumpsuit. Her shoes are of a different design. They have a crosshatch on them. And she's a very sweet little doll. Another thing that's interesting to note that's very subtle is that the face designs of all these dolls are slightly different. Like, if you compare these two, you can see that their eyes are slightly different. Their mouths have a slightly different shape to them. And that's, I think, a very cool attention to detail. Blueberry Muffin, same thing. Her mouth has kind of a V shape. Now, Raspberry Tart, when she was remade in the 2000s as part of the Bandai line, or maybe it was the Playmates line, they renamed her Raspberry Tort, because of course the word tart has some negative slang connotations in some cultures. So here's the monkey. It is Marzipan. No. Marzipan is the name of Almond Tea's pet, Marzipanda. This monkey is, I'm blanking on the food name. I'm sure maybe it will come to me later in the video. Okay. Uh-oh. Okay, next up is Lime Chiffon with her Parfait Parrot. I really like the color scheme of Lime Chiffon, the mint green with the soft pink and kind of the bright green hair. She is, I think, a favorite of mine among the original line. Her pet's a little weird looking, but that's okay. I like she's got her lace trim, and her hat is kind of a lacy, sort of vintagey fabric that was very like a polyester that was very common in the 1980s. This is my display version of Lime because her hat is still factory attached, which means that it sits perfectly on her head, just the way it did when she was taken out of the box 30 years ago. So that's Lime Chiffon. And Lime is the last of this line of dolls, of the second issue dolls. She's the last 5-inch size doll that I have. The rest that I'm going to show you are the smaller, kind of little sister dolls that came, and there are 4 of them. And so the first one is Apple Dumpling, who comes with her pet, this little tea time turtle, and her outfit can be hard to complete if you're a collector with a partial outfit, because these little socks get lost very easily. She's kind of wearing a little onesie, a little halter onesie. She has orange hair with a very cute yellow and green polka dot hat. So these ones, I'll just show a comparison. If you aren't, they're quite a bit shorter. They're little baby versions. Their heads are a little smaller as well, I think, as well as their bodies. And again, you have a embroidered fruit motif with the apple. I'm going to sit Apple Dumpling over here. Next up is Cherry Cobbler, and Cherry's pet is Gooseberry Goose. I like Cherry's color scheme too, which is kind of this magenta pink with the green. She has little tights and then these very little velveteen slippers, which are also hard to come by because they, of course, are easily lost by small children. Her hair is kind of a light pink color, and Gooseberry coordinates very nicely. Okay. Alright, the second to last doll that I have, and also the second to last of the small sort of 2-3 inch dolls, is Butter Cookie. Now I always thought that if you look at her from the front, she's kind of a little too monochromatic because the yellow hair, the yellow bonnet, and the yellow and white bunting. But then if you turn her around, you see that there's this very brightly colored green and white stripe on the back. So I kind of wish that the design incorporated the green and white into the front a bit more. Butter Cookie has a pet named Jelly Bear who is similarly monochromatic, but very cute nonetheless. Squishy. Sometimes with age, the vinyl can get kind of stiff. Alternately, it can get sticky to the touch, and this one is a little tacky, so you have to be careful with it. So that's our Butter Cookie. Another benefit of this outfit is that she doesn't have any socks to lose, so that's a plus. Alright, our last one is Little Apricot. who wears blue socks, which, as you can see, are also quite easy to lose. And she has a little kind of onesie with screen printed peaches or apricots on there. Again, the polka dot motif is repeated. And she has a kind of velvety hat in the shape of an apricot with a felt leaf at the top. And her pet is Hopsalot Bunny. Now this Hopsalot has some damage, but is still pretty cute. So these two make a pretty nice pair. Alright, so now I have shown you all of the dolls from the second release of Strawberry Shortcake Dolls from around 1982. When I was showing you Blueberry Muffin, I kind of got carried away and I forgot her pet, who is Cheesecake Mouse. Very cute with a little matching apron that he wears and a flower-shaped nose. And of course he's Cheesecake Mouse because mice traditionally love cheese. I think, in my experience, mice like basically any food. They will eat anything if you have them in your office. Not saying we have them in my office right now. I won't cast any aspersions on my employer or the building we're in. Okay, so that's it for this installment of my Strawberry Shortcake collection. I do have more, and I will bring them to you at a later date. Hope you enjoyed seeing these colorful characters from 3 decades ago. Thanks for watching. Subscribe if you so desire, and